Hey Lisa, okay, so you're at your peg here, and I think you're right-handed, so I'm going to try and do it this way to show you. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stitch. This is a little hard because I just cast it on. So you're going to take your stitch, like take it off, and then what you're going to do is go ahead and lift this stitch, lift it off as well. You're going to take this stitch that you just did on your first peg. Am I too close? Yes. Okay, so take it off, and then you're going to put it on top of the next one, going over towards your right. So as you see, I got nothing now on this peg. You're going to take your bottom stitch, you're going to cast it over, go to your next peg, cast one over, here we go, yeah, cast one over, push it down. You're going to take this stitch that you had on your previous one, you're going to lift it off. Now this gets tricky a bit. Sometimes too, what I find easier is go ahead and just do another E-wrap, cast that over, because it makes it like moving it over so much easier. Then you're going to lift this one off, and you're going to move it to your next peg. As you see, now I got two empty one. You're going to take your bottom one, go over, push it down. Again, for me, Lisa, I find making another one E-wrap, it makes it easier to transfer. So you're going to do that, put it down. Go ahead, make sure that there's only one loop on the peg. So actually, because yeah, so now I'm getting down to 3. So take your one that you had in your previous one, you're going to transfer it over until you have 3 empty pegs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get to the other side so I can show you what you're going to do to your other side, because you've got to take 3 stitches off on your other side as well. So just continue lifting your things over. Okay. And just push them down. So now as you see, on this side you have 3 empty pegs. Okay, so we're going to go back to this side now. So here we go, so that you can see. Okay, so now we're going to be taking we're going to be decreasing these 3 stitches. So again, you take this stitch here, you're going to transfer it and move it on to your next stitch. You're going to take, whoops, this one came off, didn't go on. You're going to take your bottom one, you're going to lift that one over so there's only one stitch. Push it down. You're going to take this stitch, you're going to move it to your next stitch. Once I get this on. Just 1 second, I just got to move it so I can put it on, because it gets a little tricky. Okay, so there we go. We're back. I moved it over. So you're going to take your bottom one, you're going to cast over on top. So now see, I already got 1, 2 empty ones. So again, you're going to take this stitch, you're going to take this stitch off, you're going to move it to this one. Then you're going to have 1, 2, 3 empty spots, like pegs. Gets a little tricky when you come to the other side, so you just have to like kind of play with it. I'm just going to move to put it on. There's Michaela up in the window, Lisa. She loves looking outside. And of course she has to walk in the camera. Okay, so I just put it on. So now you got your 2. I transferred that stitch. Michaela, off the camera. So I transferred that we're up here so that you can see. So I took this stitch off, I put it to here. And then you're going to take your bottom one and go over. So again, I'll just say it a little bit so that you understand one more time. So we started here. You had your stitches here. You make sure that you get down to 1 stitch. You take this stitch and make sure that the peg prior to it, like to the next one, is only down to 1 stitch. So you take your stitch from here, you move it to this one. I do another E-wrap sometimes because it makes it easier to transfer to your next one. You don't have to, but you can if you want. So Then you're down to you go over because you move the stitch here. Make sure you're down to 1 stitch. You bring that stitch to this one. Cast the bottom one over, take that stitch, move it to this stitch until you have 1, 2, 3 pegs. Again, you do the same thing on the following side. So you have, like, let's say I had my 3 stitches here. You take this stitch, that 1 stitch that's on there, it has to be 1 stitch. You transfer this one to this one. Take the bottom, go over, take this stitch, transfer it to this stitch. But make sure that when you transfer it over to the next one, there's only 1 stitch.